It's strange to think how some families hold enough wealth to influence entire nations, industries, and even global culture. These dynasties didn't build their fortunes overnight. Their wealth has grown over generations, tied to empires in retail, oil, luxury fashion, and even candy. Let's look at the 10 richest families in the world in 2025, their beginnings, and how they've kept their fortune alive for decades. The Walton family. At the top, with an estimated $432.4 billion, stands the Walton family, the dynasty behind Walmart. This empire started in 1962, when Sam Walton, along with his brother Bud Walton, opened their first discount store in Arkansas. What looked like a simple retail experiment became the world's largest retail chain, spreading across the United States and into countries around the globe. Today, Walmart dominates as a giant in retail, offering everything from groceries to electronics under one roof. The heirs Jim Walton, Rob Walton, and Alice Walton continue to rank among the wealthiest people on the planet. Even after the deaths of John Walton in 2005 and Helen Walton in 2007, their influence lived on, with Christy Walton stepping into John's place on the Forbes list. What makes the Waltons different is how their fortune has been preserved. Most heirs actively manage trusts, foundations, and investments that keep Walmart's financial engine running strong. The family name has become inseparable from retail dominance. Would you shop at Walmart knowing the family behind it is the richest on earth? The Al-Nahayan family. Next, with around $323.9 billion, is the Al-Nahayan family of the United Arab Emirates, rulers of Abu Dhabi. Their story goes back centuries, long before the discovery of oil, but it was the oil boom of the 1950s that changed everything for Abu Dhabi and the Al-Nahayan dynasty. Abu Dhabi, the capital of the UAE, has most of the country's oil reserves. By building one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world and expanding into real estate, aviation, and international investments, the Al-Nahayan family created wealth that stretched far beyond oil. What makes their position unique is the way family members run both state affairs and private ventures, blurring the line between public and personal wealth. This dual role has cemented their fortune and influence in the Gulf. The Althani family. At number 3 is the Althani family of Qatar, with an estimated $172.9 billion. This royal dynasty has ruled Qatar since the mid-19th century, beginning with Sheikh Mohammed bin Thani in 1868. Their modern wealth is built on natural gas. Qatar holds some of the largest gas reserves in the world, and as demand for liquefied natural gas surged in the 20th century, the Althani family's wealth exploded. What's fascinating is the sheer size of this family. Harvard University research suggested that at certain points, the Althani family represented nearly half of Qatar's citizen population. Yet, despite the large lineage, real power and wealth are concentrated in just a few influential branches. This family doesn't just hold wealth, they hold a nation's entire global image, from energy exports to sports investments like the FIFA World Cup. Would you say natural resources will always keep royal families like this in the top 10? Drop your opinion in the comments. The Hermes family. Fourth is the Hermes family, also called the Dumas family, with about $170.6 billion. Their story is one of luxury built on craftsmanship. Thierry Hermes founded a harness workshop in Paris in 1837, serving elite clients. Over 6 generations, Hermes evolved from saddlery to global fashion, but one thing never changed: exclusivity. The Birkin and Kelly bags are legendary, with prices soaring into the hundreds of thousands at auction. Each product is handmade, maintaining the original spirit of the brand. The Dumas branch still controls Hermes tightly, ensuring that family members safeguard its direction. Unlike other fashion houses that became corporate, Hermes remains rooted in family stewardship. The Koch family. With $148.5 billion, the Koch family of the United States holds 5th place. Their empire, Koch Industries, started in 1940 under Fred C. Koch, who built the foundation by refining oil. When Fred's 4 sons, Frederick, Charles, David, and William Koch, inherited the business, things didn't stay peaceful for long. Family feuds erupted in the 1980s, leading Frederick and William to step away. Charles and David stayed, expanding Koch Industries into one of the largest private conglomerates in the world, with businesses ranging from chemicals to manufacturing. Even today, Koch Industries' revenues reach about $125 billion annually. The family's influence extends into politics, economics, and industry, but at the heart, it's still a story about two brothers who grew their father's oil company into a corporate powerhouse, the Al Saud family. In sixth place is the Al Saud family of Saudi Arabia, with a fortune estimated at $140 billion. The dynasty's roots go back to the 18th century with Mohammed bin Saud, but it was the modern unification of Saudi Arabia under King Abdulaziz ibn Saud in 1932 that set the stage for immense wealth. The discovery of oil reserves in the 1930s, followed by the creation of Saudi Aramco, gave the Al Saud family control over the world's most profitable oil company. Their influence over global energy markets is unmatched. Individually, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS, controls assets valued at over $1 billion. But the family as a whole has shaped not just the wealth of Saudi Arabia, but also its politics, religion, and foreign policy. Do you think oil will keep the Al Saud dynasty on top for future generations? The Mars family. Seventh, with $133.8 billion, is the Mars family, best known for Mars Inc., the company behind M&M's, Snickers, and also a major force in pet care. The story began in 1911 when Frank Mars made candies in his kitchen. His son, Forrest Mars Sr., later created M&M's, turning the family into candy billionaires. But the company didn't stop at chocolate. Mars expanded into pet nutrition, making them leaders in an industry that's grown massively in recent decades. What's unique about the Mars family is their commitment to privacy. Mars Incorporated remains privately owned, with its headquarters in McLean, Virginia, and very little public exposure for the family members. Do you think secrecy helps a family business last longer? The Ambani family. In eighth place is the Ambani family of India, with $99.6 billion. Their empire, Reliance Industries, is everywhere in Indian life, from energy to telecom to retail. The journey began with Dhirubhai Ambani, who founded Reliance in 1958 as a small textile company. Over time, he expanded into petrochemicals, then telecom and retail, turning Reliance into India's largest private business. After his passing, his sons Mukesh and Anil Ambani divided the empire. While Mukesh became the face of India's richest family, Anil's business influence declined. Mukesh's strategies, like offering ultra-affordable telecom services through Jio, cemented Reliance's hold on hundreds of millions of customers. The family also lives in Antilia, a 27-story mansion in Mumbai, often called the world's most expensive private residence. Would you want to live in a skyscraper mansion? The Wertheimer family. At number 9 is the Wertheimer family of France, with a net worth of $88 billion, built on Chanel. The story goes back to the 1920s, when Pierre Wertheimer partnered with Coco Chanel to grow her brand. Nearly a century later, the Wertheimer brothers, Alain and Gerard, still privately own Chanel, keeping it as one of the most exclusive fashion houses in the world. Chanel is known for timeless designs like the little black dress and the iconic Chanel No. 5 perfume. Their half-brother, Charles Heilbronn, manages the family office, Moose Partners, which invests their wealth. In 2022, leadership shifted when Lina Nair became the CEO, marking a new chapter while the family retained control. Do you think luxury brands last longer when families keep them private instead of selling shares to the public? The Thompson family. Finally, in 10th place, with $87.1 billion, is the Thompson family of Canada, who control Thomson Reuters. Their story began in 1934 when Roy Thompson bought a small radio station in Ontario. He expanded into newspapers, creating the Thomson Corporation. By 2008, the family merged their company with Reuters, forming a powerhouse in global news and information services. Today, Thomson Reuters is vital for law, business, and financial markets, making the family one of the most influential in media. From one radio station to a global empire, the Thompson family's rise is proof that information can be just as valuable as oil or retail. These 10 families, Walton, Al-Nahayan, Althani, Hermes, Koch, Al Saud, Mars, Ambani, Wertheimer, and Thompson, show us that wealth is more than money. It's legacy, strategy, and adaptability. Some started with oil, others with fashion, candy, or even a radio station, but all have built empires that continue to grow in 2025. If you could inherit the business empire of one of these families, which would you choose and why? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives.